Rosemary. This is what I was making, you know? This is what I was actually doing in the kitchen. Alright, so I'm turn off fans and mood. I'm in a mood today, you know? How you doing? Everybody, thanks for rejoining me. I don't know, it looked like Duppy did dip on the live this morning. I don't know. That's what I was making this morning, actually. The juices and it's vegan challenge now. Happy Wednesday, Fina Tina. I want to do. All right, I've been in a mood from yesterday. For those of you joining on YouTube, I make sure I set up this time because I want to see if my Wi-Fi will give me trouble. I was using my phone this morning. I'm not sure why I was having trouble with the Wi-Fi. I've played back the video and basically I'm hearing garbled sounds like duppy dip and the something. It just sounds funny. That don't sound like normally when is the Wi-Fi giving trouble. It pause and think that this sound garbled like somebody reversing what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm using the computer now, so I just hope it goes through without interruption. So for the sake of the people on YouTube, I'm going to just recap what we were talking about this morning. Yeah, I was saying earlier that I describe myself as an empath. An empath is a person who easily connects emotionally to causes, right? Over empathy, you empathize too much, right? You lose yourself. That is one of the downsides of being an empath. You lose yourself. You tend to lose yourself because you feel so much, so connected to people and instances. So when you see me so passionate, it's because I get connected. And it's been happening to me since I was a child. Now, I got connected to a lot of these children with dengue, and it really affects me where children are concerned. I kid you not when I tell you, say, they pick me, haunt me. I don't know who else it happened to, but children haunt me. And that's the truth. That's the absolute truth. Now, I heard this story yesterday about this child that drowned. Kimora White from Epsom in St. Mary. I saw the news clip I heard her mother, and I put up my initial post on my page about it at that point. I put up the post saying I refuse to believe that a teacher would send out a sick child. All right? When I watched the mother on TVJ News, hold her belly and bawl, that is when now me latch on to her emotionally. And me start feel her energy. And what she go through as a mother. I don't know if it happened to anybody else, but this happens to me. So this is what I wanted to talk about. And you know, I may lose it. What made me more upset is the fact that, let me recap the story for those of you who don't know. For those of you who don't know the story. An 8-year-old girl from Epsom in St. Mary drowned. She washed away on her way home from school and drowned. They found her in the river, in the sea, in Anata Bay, the coast of Anata Bay, having washed right out to the sea. They found her yesterday. Her mother sent her to school Monday. Apparently she got sick at school. Hey Marianne. Apparently she got sick at school. And the teacher, basically what the mother is saying is that the teacher said she had a fever, she was feeling neck pain, and she sent her home. That's all that we get the story. She sent her home with an umbrella. The child had to cross a river to go home, slipped in or dropped in, whatever, and she washed out at sea. She drowned. Now, as I said to you, I get very emotionally connected to these things, and I'm wondering, when I get off on people and I ask about accountability and responsibility, why do people take up for damn foolishness and slackness? Now, bear in mind, me never did it. But something sound wrong with that story there too, no? Something not sound wrong. You tell me no. Una talk God, the God Almighty truth. Something not sound wrong to uno with that story there. And that's why I make sure I come back and talk about it, because I'm wondering, people say me hate teacher. I hear that I hate JLP, I hate PNP, I hate teachers, I hate doctors. Who else I hate? Indian chief? I don't know. My problem is I hate people who make excuses for incompetence. Right? And we have a big problem in Jamaica with holding people accountable. And this is what I want to talk about. Just last week, there was an incident on social media with a JC teacher and a schoolboy, right? A non-violent student. And the teacher haul and pull him and drape him up and go galang, right? And people were defending the behavior of the teacher. It's child abuse, that, but people was defending it. Last week, there was a group of students who verbally abused the principal, Woolmer's boy students, I believe, and them verbally abused the principal from Woolmer's girls. I never seen nothing so in my life, right? I mean, the Woolmer's, I found it so strange. It was on social media, and I'm like, where did these animals come from? When I saw that video, I was one of the first ones to lick out against it on my live Monday. And I say, where them little picnic have come from, they have no respect. The problem is, though, that people don't like to hold their peers accountable. I asked a question on my live earlier before it started, gobble up, gobble up, gobble up. If a doctor basically out of negligence cause a patient to die, will the MAJ or the JMDA come out and defend him? If a lawyer basically through some malpractice cause a person to lose them case because they didn't represent them properly, whatever, and they are being sued for malpractice, negligence, whatever, will the legal fraternity defend them? So if they will not defend these people, why it is that teachers continuously defend foolishness from their colleagues? That's what I don't understand. It's like you have to be wrong and strong all the time. Case in point, the Pembroke Hall teacher. This lady already admitted that she's wrong, but teachers are still defending her. Why? They picnic them, they viper them in the classroom. Listen, the fact that there are vipers in the classroom gives nobody the excuse to verbally abuse a child and threaten them. Me say it and me not stop say it. Yet the JTA go stand up with her. If a doctor amputate the wrong leg, the MAJ going to stand up with him? Why is it that other professional organizations, what you call them now, doctor, lawyer, nurse, architect, all of them police themselves. Them have their organizations and they self-police. They have basically a code of conduct, a guidelines for conduct, and they police themselves. Where is the code of conduct for teachers? Who must, if the teachers won't police themselves, who must police them? Because if every time something happens, you basically start defending the foolishness, it means that you're accepting the foolishness that's going on in society where teachers are concerned. Teacher must have box picnic and next teacher defend that. You have school principal a box picnic in them face. You hear Homestead, the child, the mother describes as a slow learner, get box in him face 2 times. It don't make no sense to me. We have a big problem in Jamaica, and the problem that we have is that we allow blind loyalty to dictate who we have an issue with. You understand? So, me a comrade, so because I'm a comrade, I'm not supposed to say that the PNP is wrong for going up on a political platform and bringing up the man bedroom. I'm a labor right, so when the Minister of Health is doing damn foolishness, I'm not supposed to say, listen, a foolishness here I do because I'm labor right. We're supposed to be blind lawyer. I'm a teacher, so when a teacher is doing foolishness in the classroom, I'm going to condone it because it's a teacher and I'm a teacher and this is foolishness. So we can't hold ourselves accountable. Who is going to hold us accountable? Who is going to hold us accountable? And not only we can't hold ourselves accountable, but when other people, society at large, tries to hold us accountable, we look out against them. We look out against them. So nobody is supposed to hold a teacher accountable for cursing at a student or for hitting a student. Like you fail to realize that teachers commit crimes, to doctors commit crime, lawyer commit crime, Indian chief commit crime. People are people. Politicians commit crime. So why should we not hold each other accountable? And that is what I want to know. Who is responsible then? We cuss picnic them. Children live what them learning. We now reach a point where we want to blame politician alone, and we don't want to blame the politician them alone. We want to blame the politician them, and we want to blame the picnic them. The picnic them we are blaming them. So when them come with them nasty behavior, and them behavior nasty, I'll be the first to say it. We wonder why. We are the ones who are creating the society, that we are the ones modeling the society. Right? How you do, Winston? We are the ones modeling the society, and they are the one, the sponges absorbing it. Right? Children, little brains are like sponges, them suck up everything. So how you go and blame children when they are absorbing everything from society, and you refuse to hold yourself accountable or responsible? Oh, I'm just the teacher. It's your duty. You're the parent. Right? So nobody mustn't hold the politician them accountable. Because if you can't hold the teachers accountable, how you going to hold politician accountable? How you going to hold doctor accountable, nurse accountable? Where does accountability start? That's what I want to know. When do we get up and say enough is enough? It's time to hold somebody responsible for this. A child is dead. An 8-year-old child with a fever and neck pain was sent out, right, to fend for herself, to make her way home with an umbrella because rain was falling. Even if it was sunny, even if there was no rain falling and this child never had to cross a river, the fact that she had a fever, why wasn't her parents notified? Who is going to be held responsible for this? Oh, she's dead, just moving right along. And then we wonder why it is that we keep making the same mistakes. We keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. I personally don't get it. And I refuse to be a part of a society where basically it's like we just rolling. It's like a banana republic. And it's not, I don't want to hear nobody talk about the politicians causing it. No, it's you, it's me. We are the ones who create the mess that we are in now, because remember the lady that don't obey, we talk about defenders of the earth. When you defend your colleagues, or you defend the politicians who you look up to, you vote for religiously because you're a die-hearted fanatic. When you defend the foolishness that they do, you are no better than the woman on national TV defending the gunman who look out for her best interests and cussing and blocking road when police kill him because he's a gunman. You're no better. That's the bottom line. That's exactly what I'm asking, Yvette. Why no, somebody needs to be held accountable? Where are the protocols? Are we going to keep waiting until something happens? It could have been your child, it could have been my child, it could have been anybody's baby, And we have so many people in the society who cannot empathize with this poor woman who baby dead. Her child is dead. She go school, go pick up her picnic, and her picnic gone because teacher sent home her picnic. It's so she come on the TV, come say. The child was sent home because the child had a fever and a neck pain, according to the teacher. So when she reached the school, because she never see her picnic reach home, maybe the child commutes every day, and I have a problem with that too. Oh, I have a little baby, them 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old walking on the road by themselves. We don't learn, Shante Skyers died this very way because she was left to fend for herself. right through the dark passages, through the bush. She will have to walk home by herself at 8 years old. Why we put our children through these things? Why do we allow? Why is it that we can't hold people accountable, including parents? So Shantae Skyers was a 9-day wonder then, because people are still sending out them little picnic them by themselves. So this child was raped. If you remember correctly, this child was raped and killed. Them kill a madman in retaliation, and it turned out that is the wrong person, and the culprit is still out there. Right? So let us say this child never wash away. Somebody thief her and rape her and kill her. Who would have feel better? Who is going to be held responsible for sending this child to fend for herself? That's the point I'm trying to make. And people get vexed when me get vexed. That's the point I'm making, Clayton. The teacher should have been more responsible. The parents need to be more responsible too. Because somebody at that age really and truly shouldn't be walking home. Exactly, Kamisha. Why is it that the parent wasn't called? You understand? Yes, Natalie. I see Natalie over on YouTube. I felt it too. I have collect my child when he's sick. It's a tragic mistake. They don't like accountability, Angela. They don't want to be accountable. It's crazy. When is it that we will decide as a society that enough is enough? You know, that's we basically look at where we are now as a country. Politicians no want be. It starts at the top, you know. It starts at the top. Politicians don't want to be accountable. Right? Professionals don't want to be accountable. Society, so how you expect the children to want to be held accountable if we can't police ourselves? Who going to police us? Who going to hold us responsible when things like this happen? And that's the thing, Clementina, they need to be lashed. And it's not just about lashing. Why is it that teachers, and this is my problem with teachers, you call out a bad teacher and the whole JTA come at you. So it's as though they want to hug up the wrongs, right? Because in every single profession, you have the good ones and the bad ones. And I'm tired to say this. In every single profession, you have the good ones and the bad ones. It is the duty of the good ones to weed out the bad ones. Them bringing down the profession, but what you're going to do is go dip right down with them. Exactly, Carla. The child is unwell. So where is the compassion? Okay, you rub the child neck and you give the child an umbrella. What about an adult? You as a teacher, you can't find the time to carry on the child because maybe you're going to teach extra lessons. Maybe you have your own child to pick up. You call the parent? All right, I could say you call the parent and you never get the parent. Can't you ask somebody else to take the child home, to escort the child? You're going to tell me say you don't know where the child lives? We hear say the child take a shortcut to reach home. You're going to tell me say you don't realize that the child have a long way to go, so you don't ask another parent or another teacher or another adult to see that the child reach home safely? Or you don't try to find out where the parent is so you can get the parent to come for the child? The most hurtful part is the woman go for her picnic, you know? The woman who went for her child. When she went for the child, she was told that the child already left. The child wasn't feeling well, so the child already left. So school finished 3 o'clock. Suppose school finished 3 o'clock and okay, I know say school finished 3 o'clock, so I go in for my child 4 o'clock. Because normally by 3:15 the child reach home. Rain or fall, so I make sure go for her. But Clayton, most schools have a WhatsApp group. You understand? Most schools, in this day and age, most of them find, let us say mommy have a bangers. It's a small community and a small school. Parents know each other. It's a very small school. You go and tell me, say, when a next student parents come to the school, you can send a message to the child's parents, say, listen, Kimora not well enough come for her. You need to carry her go to a doctor. You're going to send home this little baby. My little son, 9-year-old, is a baby. You're going to send him home. You're going to send her home by herself. She's younger than my son. No, son. Yes, And this is the problem I'm having, Yvette. That's why I wanted to talk so badly on this live. Teacher take up for teacher, doctor take up for doctor, nurse take up for nurse. When we have the dengue problem, all the healthcare professionals take up for each other. Nobody wants to admit when their own is wrong. And then we wonder why we have this societal breakdown. When PNP wrong, PNP, the comrade them take up for each other. When JLP wrong, just think about Petrojam the other day. Let Labour right them take up for each other. All when Ruel tiff up the money and get arrested, Labour right still a defend him. Wrong is wrong and can never be right. So why are you going to defend foolishness? And that is what I keep asking. Why is it that you're going to continuously defend foolishness? Teach, as I said to you earlier, I can't forget the case with the 14-year-old little schoolgirl where a teacher have sex with her and get her pregnant and then kill her and put her in the tub. It was in Ligani, 2018. Shania Ray or Shantoya Ray, the little girl used to go New Day, all age or something like that. When you remember that case there? So don't tell me that teachers are innocent. I think the teacher was a Trinidadian that was working in Jamaica as a teacher. And him get him help from a med student friend to dissolve the girl and them identify her by her teeth. And if she was in the acid one day more, she would have totally dissolved. And you remember that case? The parents didn't even have a body to bury. But let me tell you what happened with that case. I know the teacher don't get blamed. It's the mother's fault. Because the mother should have known that the little girl was sexing the teacher. It's the auntie fault because when the auntie realized at 8 o'clock come and the little girl don't come up, the auntie should have notified the authorities. It's everybody else's fault except for the person who actually commit the crime. Why? Because he's a teacher. And then we don't hear about it again. We don't hear about the case again. It's just dead, forgotten. A lot of people don't even remember that case. The point I'm trying to make by bringing up this case is that, listen, you have bad people in every profession. The person who helped that teacher was a med student. Right? My 5-year-old was wheezing at school and they didn't even call to let me know he's sick. At school, sleeping with fever and pump was in his back that they didn't even check. The bottom line is, that's exactly the point I'm trying to make, Oisin. There is no more empathy. There is no more empathy, and when you call them out on the lack of empathy, that's not our duty as a teacher. That's not our job. That's not our job. That's not in our job description. If the child is sick, the child is supposed to go to the nurse. So then if the child is supposed to go to the nurse, where you say no, me picking it for? And that me want to know. Because they pick me dead now. In other jurisdictions, this would be a crime. Them call it negligent homicide. Them call it negligent homicide. Them call it manslaughter. You understand? It hurt my heart. It hurt my heart to the core. It hurt my heart to the core. Because at the end of the day, a child is dead. And by the looks of it, anyhow, accountability, somebody is going to be held accountable. Professional organizations are going to come out swinging. Because apparently you cannot call out anybody even if they're wrong. Just think about the Pembroke Hall teacher. All know it boggles my mind how something like this happened. And yet, it's not her fault. It still boggles my mind. But me move on from that. Me leave it alone. Because we hear is the picnic them cause it. Right? The children are to be blamed. The vipers of society. Because when you call teacher monster, don't call the teacher them monster. Even though you have some teachers who act like monsters, don't call them monster. But call the picnic them viper them though. And them come out without home training. And them wicked parents. Sometimes you wonder why parents get off on teachers. And trust me now, when me done this live, I'm going to hear how me hate teacher and I'm going to hear it from when. Because the minute you hold them accountable, you hear say you hate them and you're fighting out teacher, you fight against teacher. Just like how when the incident at Bustamante happened with Kari, me hear say me hate hospital worker, me hate nurse, me hate doctor. So the minute you point out something, you hate them. Because they're not supposed to be held accountable. So what's the point? What do you go to school for? What's the point? That's what I want to know. it really saddens me now because I can tell you, say, with all is what is happening, or they don't even see the writing is on the wall where Jamaica is concerned. When police shoot and kill innocent people, police can come out and defend things. They suppose them never come up with indicum to police themselves, which is basically all independent. Because when them did have them internal Bureau of Special Investigations or whatever, everybody get off with a slap on the wrist. The bottom line is things can't go on, so we can't be in a society where people can get away with anything because they have the backing of their professional organizations. Wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong. And as I said to you, a child is dead. Right? A child is dead. The woman picked me dead. And you go and tell me, say, oh, it just going go away so. You believe that people actually came on and said that, oh, is the mother fault because everything in Jamaica right now is out of control. Exactly, that's the point I'm trying to make. And we don't want it to be in control either. I want to see one person come at anyone I might post them again and talk about politicians, make me light them up. I don't want to hear nobody blame no politician for anything. Because until we take collective responsibility, if we took collective responsibility and held politicians accountable, this foolishness could not be going on. It could not be going on. This foolishness could not be going on if we held politicians accountable. I'm sick of it. And that's the truth. I'm sick to death of it. And I don't know. I am fearful about what is going to happen in Jamaica if we continue on this trend. I'm fearful. So, I don't know. I don't know. Tara is saying the same thing I said. Why wasn't parent called when a child sick? Instead, she was sent home. How that work? From I'm going to school, once you're sick, teacher call your parents. Exactly. How the hell this happen? She's a baby and she's sick, plus you go get umbrella and you send her home in the rain. No, sir, this can't right. Accountability. Someone, this is to be held. Somebody has to be held accountable. Natalie, the problem is that the poor people don't stand up for poor people like how teachers stand up for each other all when them wrong and strong. And that is my issue. This is my issue. It still boggles me how a teacher can threaten a child in school and come out looking like a hero. And I nah stop talking about it. You go to school, you lose your head and threaten a student in your class. And you come out because all of your colleagues come stand behind you because so you get your sanction, whatever. Right? It have to go to arbitration because she wrong. She admits she wrong. But she come out looking like the champion because her colleagues stood with her and defended her. Yet, where were they when this Calabar teacher, Sanjay, what's his name again? The one where the track star them beat. Where was the JTA when... I know I was very vocal about it. But where was everybody else? Hello? Yeah, I can call you back. I soon call you back. Mm-hmm. Yes. They were very... I know I was very vocal about it, but where was everybody else? I didn't see them standing with him. When did name again? The Calabar science teacher who was doing the science camp for the students who had exam, and they were having track camp as well, and he wanted to borrow bedding and they attacked him. When you remember that case there? And the school administration stood with the children instead of the teacher. Where was the JTA then? When that teacher really needed defense because he did nothing wrong. So it's like we have lopsided, me no know. Them something give me headache. It's like the priorities upside down. Yes, we support the politicians, whether them right or wrong. Listen, my daughter was feeling sick at school, and the vice principal called me and asked me, and I told her she's sending her home, and she's 12. Yeah, but that's what them supposed to do. Them supposed to call. Somebody supposed to call. Somebody supposed to call. You can't. Me don't know. Me don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Me feel like we're in a hopeless and helpless situation. That is how I truly feel. I truly feel that we're in a hopeless and helpless situation. And I want to know when it is that we as a society going to come together and determine that enough is enough, and we're not going to put up with no foolishness from none of these people anymore. Right? We don't want to hear picnic day at school I get boxed by a teacher. We don't want to hear picnic day at school I get draped up by a teacher. Right? And I don't want to hear that, oh, but the students are doing this. When since student and teacher on the same level. When if and that's the thing, students are modeling the behaviors not just from the teachers, but from society on a whole. If we resolve our conflicts in this way, and then you get a free pass because, oh, she lose her cool. So you get a free pass. What you expect the picnic them to think? What you expect the picnic them for? How you expect them to react? I'm sickened. I'm sickened by it all. Anyway, people, want to enjoy the rest of your Ash Wednesday. I just wanted to put this out there because I was trying to do it earlier. The cooking kind of calmed me down because this morning I was much angrier when I was going live. I was much more passionate about it, and then it started get warbled. So maybe it was I don't know, the energy, the energy from me. Where I don't know why it was going on like that. All I do know is that we have to do better as a people. We need to stand and hold each other accountable. We need to demand that the teachers, they police themselves, police their own organization, and stop defending the wrongs of their colleagues. You have good teacher, you have bad teacher. Listen, you see, I tell you this every day. You see, when my son was at KC, he had amazing teachers. I can't even remember if he did have any bad teachers. God no. I'm sure he did, but the good ones outweigh the bad so much that I can't even remember the bad ones. I see one of them the other day were teaching my accounts, Miss Lawrence. Miss Lawrence was such a damn good teacher. You understand? These teachers go beyond the call of duty for my picnic. Mr. Borrell, Mr. Myrie. Right? Him TD teacher, I can't remember when name right now. Him have a TD teacher where the night the SBA is supposed to go in, the man come a road the night, come meet me and stand up by the car with me and tell me, say, no man, this is a mistake. I say, I don't know. I don't know. We have very good teachers out there, but we have teachers too that are bad. And we need to demand that the teachers hold their colleagues accountable. Teachers need to hold their colleagues accountable, because when you have the bad ones bring down the whole profession and all of you look bad. Stop finding other people to blame and place the blame where it is supposed to be. When you have a colleague that is wrong, admit that them is wrong and self-police in the organization. Police in the organization by yourself. Right? Doctors do it. Lawyers do it. Architects do it too. Most organizations police themselves. Anyway, I hate that, Enjoy the rest of the day. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow we have Healing You Naturally, and we will have Dr. Leslie Mead, an obstetrician and gynecologist, and we're going to talk about women's health issues like PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. We're going to talk about fibroids. We're going to talk about you basically reversing these conditions naturally. The vegan challenge started today. It's not too late to join. Message me if you're interested. I'm showing you the food already. Listen, start do the 40-day challenge and clean up your body. Right? So take care of yourself. See you tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock sharp. Bye.